Guys, my name is Akshay, and today I'll be recording another video. And this video is going to be how to blur your background in Photoshop. So, yeah, let's get into it. So, first, what you want to do is you want to obviously copy this image, paste it in your Photoshop. Then you want to bring it to the corner and stretch that to 1980 180p. It'll show there. You also want to put it at 300 resolution because um, that's the best quality usually. So now let us get on to actually cropping this image. So let's say I want to crop this lady and this person. How do I do that? There's many ways to crop, but in my favorite opinion, I'd rather pick this tool, the lasso tool. What the lasso tool does is you left click on this and you drag it to where you want, left click, and you do it again. This may take some time. Actually, this is a really easy tool to use. You just don't have to go for big jumps like that. Just gotta take it easy. Like you can use the pen tool if there's it's much more curvier, but like I feel like I have no problem with the lasso tool in managing circles. So like I'm not the best at cropping, but as you can see, I'm doing pretty good. The pen tool takes longer time and it's really hard, but it can be rewarding. But it is the same thing for the lasso tool. This may take some time. It could be hard. Actually, no, if you mess up, you can just delete. It'll go back to your last point. I'm just gonna, because you want to be careful. You don't want to mess up any of your crops. Gotta take it easy and simple. You gotta take it precise, because and even if you mess up, don't worry, don't think it's game over. You have to start the entire project again. No, you can just God, I can't see anything. Is this a scope? No, that isn't a scope. I'm just gonna delete. Yeah, this is good enough. I'll just do straight screw the scope. You also want to avoid editing dark images because you won't be able to see a freaking thing. And then you can click on this. And if you can see a circle, can you see the circle? If you see a circle, then that means you selected it properly. You can left click. Now what you want to do is layer via copy. Now you have a layer over here. All right. Now let's see. I also want to crop. No, I also want to crop this guy over here. I do not know Resident Evil. My friend just sent me this. I don't know anything about it. So you got to start off right there. You want to take your time if you're new to this, but it is pretty valuable once you learn how to do it pretty easily. It's got to do that. And if you're having like a curve, don't like don't feel like you have to switch to the pen tool. You can't do it. Just take it slow and easy. Slow and steady does it. Or I would actually make a tutorial on how to use the pen tool for later. I might not because there's many other videos how to use the pen tool properly. But like there are many ways to crop in Photoshop, but the lasso tool is one of the most famous, if I have to admit. Let's just that, click on that, and now no, wait, this layer via copy. Now we have this and this selected. So what you want to do, if you want to blur this background, click on these eyes. So that means if you click on these eyes and there's nothing there, it means that it's not being visible. Like it's not actually being visible. So then what you want to do is select this layer one, filter, and if you want to blur, click on it. You want you can blur any way you want. Radial blur, just radial blur is yeah like this. Radial blur is this. If you want to go in history, wait, shit, that is Control Z, Control Z again. There's many types of blur, so I'm just gonna tell you all the blurs. Average blur, it does this. I never use average blur honestly. Um, Blur, it slightly blurs it. I'm not sure if it's visible, but it's something. Blur more, also like kind of not that visible. Um, Box blur, it makes it like this. Gaussian blur makes it's like box blur but a little more effective. And the people who have photogenic seizures do not do this. There's background sound, I'm really sorry. Lens blur, most of the blurs are pretty much like yeah, it does this, which completely blurs out the background. I'm just gonna Control Z everything. There's motion blur, which is kind of like distortion, but a little less effective. Radial blur, obviously, you saw it's pretty good for like it's actually pretty good, but we're not only talking about radial blur over here. Shape blur, I've never used this before, but you can select a certain shape and you can blur it to your uh, preference. You can do this, which looks really trippy, or you can do surface blur. So let us Control Z everything. So the blur we are gonna go for is blur. I like radial blur a lot, so we're gonna go for a radial blur. And now, voila! And it has this cool little effect. So this is a good thumbnail if you want to use this for your Resident Evil 3 series. I'm gonna type where there's the text option. God, I'm pretty new to this. I'm gonna type right here, and it's gonna be sweet berry, sweet berry links. This is the guy who sent me the image. I'm sending this so he can use this as a thumbnail. Um, so yeah, that's it for this tutorial. I hope you liked it, guys. Please subscribe, share, like, do whatever you want. And I'll see you in the next video.